all fell into place when I realized that I was so tired of playing it small. And you know that feeling where you go, you know what? This scares the crap out of me, and it's exciting at the same time, and you have to step over the line and do that thing. That's the point when everything shifts. And so I never envisioned me being up here like this. But it was a never stopping. It was learning the skills, because people, they fall into the business and then they expect results, but they won't put the time in to learn about the business. 3 of the books that changed my life, Eric's book, absolutely. GoPro was life-changing. 2 books before that, Bob Crisp's 2 books, Raising a Giant and Feeding a Giant. When I read those 2 books, I thought, oh my God, there's a method to the madness. Because I didn't have a mentor for a long time, and that was the next step, having a mentor, learning the business, being coached, being held accountable. We don't like to feel accountable. People like to feel, you know, you talk to people about this business, and you see the potential, but people are they're so used to feeling comfortable even when it sucks that they won't do anything different. And so learning the skills, talking to the people, getting out there, like Susan said, meeting the people. You've got to meet the people. And then follow up teaching and training. So it's this big cycle. I love it. Donna just had an amazing interview with Eric. And she said, you know, it's this cycle that it gets kind of boring, but you just got to keep doing the cycle. You got to keep recruiting. You got to keep teaching and training. You got to develop the culture of events, and the recruiting part isn't. You know, we don't need to recruit. All of us, we don't need to recruit anymore. But when you keep recruiting, it teaches your team that first of all, this whole thing is working, and they do what you do. So I would say it's that whole thing. But first off, it started with me just being sick and tired of playing it small.
This is so awesome because I'm looking out in the audience and there's lots of 7-figure earners sitting right here, right? That could be up here. And I'm on at 7 o'clock tonight, so get back here on time because I'm going to share some of the things, because in 2 minutes this is challenging. But I want you to think about you right now, because of how long I've been in this profession, oh dark 100, I've had the pleasure of seeing people just like you in seats. I have hundreds and hundreds of 6-figure earners in my team, even 7-figure earners, and I see them in chairs just like you, starting out not really being where they want to be, and then all of a sudden they start shining and things start happening. And you know, you cannot step into your greatness, you can only step away from your greatness. So I want you to think about you right now. Just really focus on you. And where are you at? Is there a gap, like Richard Brooke talks about, is there a gap between where you are right now and where you want to be? Is there? Raise your hand if there's a gap. Okay, that means you're motivated to make it happen. Do you believe in yourself? On a scale of 1 to 10, and be honest, are you comparing yourself? Or do you believe in yourself? Work on that. Do you believe in your company, in your product, in your opportunity? And if you're not 100% solid gold, work on that. And then, of course, this amazing profession. I'm so excited about this profession. People ask me all the time, Donna, you could retire. You know, when you love what you do, you'll never work another day in your life. So do you love this profession? I think this is the best profession on the planet, and I want anyone to challenge me on that, right? It's the best profession. The reason it's the best profession is because we can do great things and give, but we can teach people and duplicate to do those things too. So that's why I think it's the best profession. So ask yourself, do the people around you know how committed you are? Or do you waffle, right? Do they see your, you know, what did Rita call this? Out of my way. So work on you because you deserve to be up here. Thank you.
Tiffany Mock.
So I want everyone, excuse me, to write down this phrase in their book or put it in your phone or your device. I want you to write down, lead like a woman, earn like a man. I'll repeat that. Lead like a woman, earn like a man. And I want you to understand what this event is about, and I want you to embrace who you are in this profession. For 16 years, I have struggled with who I am. For 43 years, I've struggled with who I am. But for 16 years in this profession, I got called names for who I was. I got blamed for not being strong enough. I got blamed for being too strong. I was talked about for being too feminine. I was talked about for not being feminine enough. And then I realized in the past 4.5 years that I am enough. And there is a reason why I am in this profession. And it is so I could help other people, especially women, realize that they too are enough. So this event, in my opinion, if I can share it with you, and I'm going to anyway, so don't even answer, is this event is for us to realize who we are and what we're supposed to be doing. And I believe the profession of network marketing solves the gender wage gap. I actually lived in Australia last year, and the same conversation is everywhere. Women are underpaid. Women are overworked. Women are just as good, if not better, than a male counterpart, and they are not making the same money. And I looked up and I thanked God because 16 years ago, when I was afraid I was always going to be hitting the glass ceiling, God walked me into the profession of network marketing, and there was no longer a ceiling. The sky truly was the limit for me. So I don't believe we need to call our congressman. I don't believe we need to fill out polls and we need to go vote. I think we need to start working this profession the way it's supposed to be and start leading like women and earning better than the men.
Should run for president.
All right, Cheryl.
I believe everything she said. Well, what is the best 2 minutes of tips?
Just your best advice.
Okay, best advice, but that was wow. Best advice, first of all, really be committed to your own excellence. And realize that, you know, it's there. It's all, everything that's all available as far as the learning is concerned, and anyone can learn any skill. Really employ yourself at a high level. Be very consistent with your efforts. I employ myself at a high level because I want to be paid at a high level. So really investigate with the people you're working with, what are those paying activities that you want to do on a consistent daily basis, and be very consistent with them. Momentum is something that's very elusive and yet very, very powerful once you understand how to capture it. And momentum is just a very consistent activity level, employing yourself every day, daily method of operation of paying activities that turn around and really produce tremendous results. That done over time will create a life of its own that literally picks your business up and carries it. I look at my business as if people are a long line out into infinity, right to the moon, and it's just, we're storytellers, we're paid storytellers. So I'm going through the line. You interested? No, move out of the way. You interested? No, move out of the way. I'm telling product story and business story. It doesn't mean you don't care, you're just not going to stay there. You continue through the line, and when someone's interested, that's where you put your time, your effort, and your emotion. And so, in then gathering the team, very important to stay connected. Stay connected to that new team member. Stay connected to that team. And on a daily basis, basically the instruction that I give my new team members are, you know, this is the formula. You bring the people, I'll bring the presentation. So to this day, anyone who shows up and puts me in front of people, that's where we go. Continually really looking at, you know, telling the story, telling the story, telling the story. And then it's just a matter of keeping yourself in a very positive mindset, frame of mind. You have to be the guardian at the gate of your mind. You're the one who is a protector of your spirit. And so I have found a way, and I think many people employ this, but it was one of those defining moments when I realized that if I, every morning and every evening, really was grateful for all the things of the day, you know, everything from the very best to the smallest thing, for the fact that my family was healthy and everybody was well, to the fact that when I lay down at night, that bed felt really good. You know, if you can keep yourself in a state of gratitude, then you keep yourself in a positive mindset, and that has brought more happiness, and I will assure you, brings more happiness than anything you could do for yourself. So that's my best tips, okay?
Sharon Sharif, everybody.
Wow, I'm just sitting here listening to these ladies and I'm thinking, what can I say? People think that because we're successful, because we're high income earners, that we have some secret. And there isn't any secret. There are skills, there are commitments, there are things that we need to do to be successful. I mean, when I listened to the young lady yesterday who said she talked to 3,000 people and she has 100 people front line, I look at so many people who say, I went out and talked to everybody I know and nobody wants to do this. This thing doesn't work. Well, how many people did you talk to? I talked to all 5. No, it's not going to work. This is a continual commitment. You need to talk to every single person on every list you can make, and your list needs to keep going and keep going and keep going. It's not a let me try it opportunity. Let me give this a try. Well, that's okay for you, but it's not all about us. It's about other people. Because when you're coming into this industry and you're calling and getting other people involved, they're getting into it not because mostly your product, not because you're the owner of your company, not because a lot of reasons. They're getting into this because they're entrusting their success to your leadership. And when you get involved and you pay for product or your kit, you have made a commitment to the people that you're going to be bringing in here. And they follow the leader. If they see you quit, what do? They quit. And then they say, this thing doesn't work. Network marketing doesn't work. It works, folks. Let me tell you, it works. And by you being here, you're making another commitment. You're bringing up your skill level. You're bringing up your self-development, because it's not just how busy you are all day. It's about what you've accomplished for the day. And my biggest tip is every single person should have a day timer. Not a phone that you just make little notes in, but you need to have a visual look at what your business was today, was this week, was last week, was last month. And I'm going to tell you something. If you make a commitment to you in the beginning of the week, what you're going to do. How many people are you going to talk to? How many people in your organization are you going to talk to? How many one-on-ones are you going to do? And you write it down and you do it. You'll see what the result is at the end of the week, at the end of the month. In fact, I just had a very good friend of mine a couple months ago whose business wasn't growing. And I said, you got to do something different. I want you to go out right now, as I've been telling you, and get a day timer. And I want you to write down what you're going to do every day. And I want to tell you something. At the end of that month, his business increased 20% because he saw it. He saw what he's doing. And not only that, I have daytimers from I don't know how many years back. And I might just have an idle day or something, and I'm going to look back and see, who did I talk to 6 months ago? I tell you, I pulled out a daytimer with the names of 5 people I haven't talked to in 5 years. I got on the phone with them in front of one of my distributors to show them follow up. And I called those 5 people. 3 of them signed up again and were so happy to hear from me. So those are the things that, staying that consistent, taking responsibility for your business and just doing it and getting a little bit better every single day at it. Get that day timer, because when you see the results for May and you want to increase your results, what do you think happened? You just double or triple what you did the month before, and guess what? Your business is going to double, your 20% or 30%, and set a goal. Every month, I want my business to increase what percent, and just watch it every day. Know what you need to do that happen, to make that happen. But my biggest thing is stay committed and use the day timer. Thank you.
Lori Mayfield, thanks everybody.
I am so excited to be up here with my brand new girlfriends. The $1 Million Girlfriends, are you kidding me? I can tell you for sure, one of my best pieces of advice to you is to make sure that you want new girlfriends. When I started with network marketing, these were not my girlfriends. So I want to tell you that you definitely want to look for new girlfriends. I'm so thrilled to give you my best advice. And my best advice, number 1, is to know already you are super bad all day long, already. So you need to look at your girlfriend right now and say, girl, you are super bad all day long. Girl, you are super bad all day long. And the next thing I want to tell you is you better go out there and find some other people that are super bad just like you. Because when you build them just like you will have a team that's unstoppable. You're out there looking for people who already know they either are super bad or want to become super bad. And it's not your job to get them to become super bad. They got to want to become super bad. And therefore they will become super bad, because under that energy and under that vision that you're providing for them, they will walk the way you walk. And they will talk the way you talk. You talk slow, they talk slow. You walk slow, they walk slow. You go slow, they go slow. Don't be slow. Be super bad all day long. Put your hand up in the air. Put your hand up in the air. Shake it, because you're going to take some notes. Here are my ABCs. A stands for attitude. B stands for belief. There's no way you can get anywhere in this business if you don't believe it first. C stands for confidence. You have to go get women who are confident, men who are confident, people who are confident. We raise up confident children. D stands for determination. You've got to have determination. E stands for enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. Mix that up with some energy. You can't go wrong. F, of course, stands for Facebook. What? Of course, it also stands for faith. Absolutely, it stands for faith. It makes such a big difference that you have faith, because without faith, you can't have anything. Anything. G stands for go-getter. You've got to be a go-getter. It's never going to come to you. The fruit is at the end of the tree. You have to go and get it. H stands for habits. Habits. I stands for image. You got 7 seconds to make a good impression. J stands for judgment. Don't judge them. Just ask them. You don't know what's going on in their life. K stands for knowledge. You've got to study. If you're going to do anything, you've got to study your craft. L stands for laughter. The laughter that you have in this business. Everybody said it. This business is something that you have fun in. If you're not laughing, you're crying. M stands for money. Don't worry about it until you get some of it. But you're here to make money. And M stands for men. You can do them with it or without them, but not against them. Win them over. And the one thing that wins them over is M, money. N stands for numbers. You've got to work the numbers. You've got to work the numbers. Lots of numbers. She just talked about it. Lots of numbers. O stands for opportunity. Open up your mouth. If you open up your mouth, you're going to have so much better opportunity. P stands for passion. You can't grow without passion. You can't move without passion. Passion is required. R stands for results. You got to have results. You have to have daily results. In order to have a good year, you have to have a good month. In order to have good months, you have to have good weeks. In order to have good weeks, you have to have good days. Every day, you've got to get results. Q stands for quality, the quality of your work. The quality of your work. S stands for stamina. T stands for tenacity. You've got to have tenacity to do this business, to love life, to live large. You've got to have tenacity. It will make all the difference in the world. What comes after T? Q. Q. I thought it hit Q. Q stands for quality. Q. You guys, you know I'm dyslexic, right? That's exciting. U stands for unbelievable determination to get the job done. Because G in go-getter also stands for goals. And you have to have unbelievable. What's after that?
V.
V, victory, absolutely victory. W stands for winning. I don't work, I win. I don't teach you how to work, I teach you how to win. People who work 9 to 5 work. And when you work, it's very damaging to your brain. When you win, it gives you everything to make a difference. Be a winner, not a worker. X. X stands for excelling. You've got to excel. And Z clearly stands for Y. Oh, you got to have a Y. You have to have a Y. Thank you for that. The Y is your Y. And I want to tell you this. Your Y changes over time. It's not just one Y. I promise you, my Y 28 years ago was to make $200 extra a week to keep my kids in daycare. And if you met my kids, you would have given me the $200. But my why has changed over time. And when someone said to me, why do you still get up in this business? My why is so clear because of the people that I touch. And the people that call me and tell me that they've been touching me, because my number one goal is for them to touch someone else. When they say to me, Gloria, I want to be as good as you, I want to be as good as you, I said, no, 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 no. You don't want to be as good as me. You've got to be much better than me because I get paid on your success. So you got to be good. You got to be good. And Z stands for zest. You got to have the zest. You got to have the zest because people are going to follow your zest. You do not want to be in the same location ever, ever again. I am so proud that these are my girlfriends and this is network marketing.